Looking for the perfect summer getaway that won't break the bank? From sun-soaked beaches to storybook towns, we've rounded up 10 of the best budget-friendly destinations in Europe you'll want on your radar this year, where adventure, culture, and stunning views come at a price you'll love. From the colorful streets of Lisbon to the crystal-clear waters of Ksamil, from the romantic charm of Trieste to the mountain magic of Transylvania, whether you're chasing sun, history, or hidden gems, we've got you covered. Let's dive in. Number 10. Trieste, Italy. Imagine arriving in a city that feels like a secret, perched between Italy and the Balkans, kissed by the Adriatic Sea and brushed by the wind of old empires. This is Trieste, a place where Italy's elegance meets Central Europe's soul. You begin in Piazza Unita d'Italia, one of the largest seafront squares in Europe. It opens like a stage to the sea, surrounded by Austro-Hungarian palaces that gleam in soft marble tones. As the sun rises over the Adriatic, the city awakens with coffee and quiet poetry. Wander upward, and the Roman Theatre and San Giusto Castle greet you with views that stretch from terracotta rooftops to distant shores. The scent of the sea is always near, carried by the wind, which sweeps through the streets like an ancient breath. And then there's the magic of Miramare Castle, sitting proudly on a promontory just outside the city. This 19th century dream of white stone and delicate towers feels like something from a fairy tale. Built by Archduke Ferdinand Maximilian of Austria, it gazes eternally at the sea. Calm, majestic, unforgettable. If you venture into the Val Rosandra, nature takes over completely. Cliffs, waterfalls, and silence. Perfect for hikes where time vanishes. Trieste is a borderland city, not just between countries, but between eras, cultures, and dreams. It's a place that doesn't shout to be seen. It invites you to wander, and to fall in love slowly. One view, one breeze, one story at a time. Number 9. Coastal Tour, Bulgaria. Sunny Beach is Bulgaria's most famous seaside escape, a place where days blend into golden hours. Here, the beach seems to go on forever, lined with lounges, umbrellas, beach bars, and a pulse of energy that never really sleeps. Families build castles, friends toast cocktails, and thrill seekers race jet skis over sparkling waves. Head south, and within minutes you'll reach the ancient town of Nesebar, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Its stone-paved streets whisper tales of Byzantines and Ottomans. Wander past charming churches, seaside ruins, and shops selling rose oil. With each step, the past seems to blend into the salty air. Along winding coastal roads, you reach the timeless charm of Sozopol, one of the oldest towns on the Bulgarian coast. Sozopol is all warm stone, wooden houses, and cobbled streets that twist through history. The charming fishing port and golden beaches create a perfect blend of myth, beauty, and gentle peace. Then the road brings you to Primorsko, where wild nature and youthful energy meet. It's a place of hidden coves and vast sands, where pine forests whisper to the wind and the water is clear and inviting. The beach feels untouched, almost secret, while the Rapotimo River nearby offers tranquil boat rides through a nature reserve teeming with life. Further along the coast lies Burgas, a city by the sea with a relaxed rhythm. Stroll through the leafy paths of Sea Garden Park, breathe in the scent of roses, and pause to watch the sunset over the pier. In Burgas, the mood is mellow, a perfect pause from the high-energy buzz of Sunny Beach. Then, travel north to Varna, the coastal capital of culture. Here, Roman baths meet modern museums, and elegant boulevards lead to beachside cafes. Don't miss the Cathedral of the Assumption, with its iconic domes. As night falls, the city comes alive with music, festivals, and seaside dining. Also in the north, you arrive in Golden Sands, where the forest touches the sea. This resort, embraced by the Golden Sands Nature Park, feels like nature's own playground. But it isn't just about relaxing, it's vibrant, with beach bars, open-air clubs, and seaside promenades buzzing long after sunset. Whether you're here for sun and fun, history and culture, or simply the joy of discovering something new, Sunny Beach and its neighbors offer a story you'll want to return to again. Number 8. Ksamil, Albania. Tucked along Albania's southern coast, this tiny village glows like a hidden gem, kissed by the Ionian Sea, surrounded by olive groves, and blessed with beaches that look like they belong in a dream. You wake to the sound of waves and wander down to the shore, where the Ksamil Islands wait just offshore, 4 tiny, uninhabited isles you can reach by kayak or a quick swim. The water is crystal clear, shifting from sapphire to emerald with every ripple, and the sand is soft, white, and warm beneath your feet. But Ksamil is more than a beach. Just 10 minutes away rises Butrint, an ancient city layered with history, Greek theaters, Roman mosaics, Venetian towers, all framed by marshlands and whispering trees. This UNESCO World Heritage Site feels untouched, sacred, alive. Drive a little farther, and you reach the vibrant town of Sarande, curving like an amphitheater around a deep blue bay. Stroll its seaside promenade, visit the Likuzi Castle at sunset, and watch the lights flicker across the sea. And if you crave something even more surreal, venture inland to the Blue Eye, Sari I Kalta, a natural spring of impossible blues and greens, bubbling from the earth like a secret source of magic. Back in Ksamil, as the sun melts into the sea, everything turns gold, the islands fade into silhouette, and the village glows in quiet peace. It's hard to believe a place like this still feels like a secret. Because Ksamil isn't just a destination, it's a hidden paradise, waiting for you to find it. Number 7. Paros Greece. You arrive in Paros, and it's as if the island has exhaled, soft, calm, welcoming. The ferry slides into Parikia, where whitewashed houses hug the harbor. Wandering the streets feels like walking through a painting. Bougainvillea spills from balconies, cobblestones shine in the sun, and every corner reveals a secret. A hidden cafe, a tucked-away chapel, a local waving hello. Then you drift to Nausa, a once sleepy fishing village turned postcard-perfect destination. Fishing boats still bob in the tiny harbor, but now they float beside chic bars and seafood tavernas. As the sun begins to sink, the sky turns rose gold, and laughter rises with the tide. The ruins of a Venetian castle at the water's edge glow like ancient embers. But Paros is not only for wandering, it's for feeling the sand between your toes. The beaches feel sculpted by gods. Smooth granite rocks form private coves, and the sea shimmers like glass. They offer wind and waves, calling kite surfers and adventurers to dance with the wind. You can rent a scooter and ride inland, where time slows even more. In Lefkas, a sleepy mountain village, cats nap on sun-warmed stones, and the sound of church bells float through the air. The marble-paved paths lead you past bakeries, artisan shops, and into the heart of Cycladic life untouched by hurry. As evening falls, back on the coast, Paros glows in twilight. Soft music spills from open windows, and the island whispers, "Stay a little longer." Paros isn't loud. It sings, gently, beautifully, and you carry its melody long after you've gone. Number 6. Kotor Montenegro. Tucked deep within the winding arms of the Bay of Kotor, the old town appears like a hidden jewel, one you discover not with a shout, but with a gasp. As you approach by road or sea, sheer cliffs rise like silent guardians, and the turquoise bay mirrors the sky so perfectly, you lose the line between earth and heaven. You pass through Kotor's ancient gates, and suddenly time slows. The old town unfolds like a labyrinth of cobbled alleys, where Venetian palaces cast long shadows and cats bask like royalty in sun-drenched squares. Above it all, the Cathedral of St. Tryphon stands in quiet elegance, its twin towers watching over centuries of change. As you wander, every turn brings a story, a hidden courtyard, a bell tower chiming the hour, a cafe tucked beneath ivy-draped balconies. The scent of baked pastries drifts through narrow lanes, mingling with sea air and the soft lilt of local music. But the real adventure lies above. You begin the climb to San Giovanni Fortress, a steep stone path winding over 1,300 steps into the mountain. The journey is a test of breath and will, but with each pause, the bay below grows more majestic, and when you reach the top, Kotor reveals itself fully. the town, the bay, the mountains, all woven together in one breathtaking panorama. You feel the wind, the weight of history, and a sense of wonder that roots you in place. Beyond the fortress, the Bay of Kotor calls you onward. You take a boat and glide across its still waters to Our Lady of the Rocks, a tiny island born of legend and stone, crowned by a church where sailors once gave thanks. Venture farther and discover Paros, a baroque dream of quiet beauty, where churches outnumber people and the bells seem to echo across centuries. In Kotor, time doesn't move in straight lines. It loops through stone walls and sea breezes, through church bells and mountain echoes. It's not just a place you visit, it's a place you feel, in your footsteps, your breath, and your memory long after you leave. Number 5. Valencia, Spain. The days begin with golden light pouring over orange groves and ancient stones. This is a city that lives in two worlds at once, one foot in history, the other leaping into the future. You wander first into the old town, where narrow streets unfold like chapters in a novel. At the heart lies the Cathedral of Valencia, a grand blend of Gothic, Romanesque, and Baroque, said to hold the Holy Grail. Climb the Miguelite Tower, and the city stretches out below, rooftops of terracotta, the sea glinting in the distance. Nearby, the Loña de la Seda, the old silk exchange, tells tales of wealth and trade in carved stone and twisting columns. It's a silent monument to Valencia's golden age. But then you turn a corner, and the future rises before you. The city of arts and sciences gleams in white and glass like a ship from tomorrow, a stunning complex of museums, an opera house, and an oceanarium. At l'Oceanographic, the underwater world comes alive with sharks, jellyfish, and belugas swimming behind curved glass. At Hemispheric, the stars unfold in a cinematic planetarium. It's not just architecture, it's imagination made real. From here, you stroll through the Jardín del Turia, a lush green ribbon that snakes through the city where a river once flowed. Locals jog, picnic, and play beneath palms and pines, with orange trees whispering overhead. Eventually, the path leads you to the beach, the wide sun-kissed sands, where city life fades into waves and sea breeze. Paella was born here, and the scent of saffron and seafood drifts from seaside restaurants as the sun begins to dip. Valencia is not just a destination, it's a feeling, a place where innovation springs from tradition, where oranges bloom beside cathedrals, and where every street corner invites you to fall in love, again and again. Number 4. Transylvania, Romania. In the heart of Romania, surrounded by the rugged peaks of the Carpathian Mountains, lies a land woven from myth and memory. Transylvania, a place where morning mists curl through pine forests, where ancient fortresses cling to hillsides, and where every cobblestone seems to echo with stories. You begin your journey in Brasov, a fairy tale town guarded by mountains and framed by medieval walls. The Black Church, dark and grand, towers over colorful Baroque houses in Council Square, where time feels paused. A short ride away, deep in the forested hills, stands the world-famous Bran Castle, often called Dracula's Castle, its towers steeped in legend, though its real story is even richer. Then to Sigosora, a UNESCO World Heritage Gem. This is one of the best preserved medieval citadels in Europe, and the birthplace of Vlad the Impaler. Here, pastel-hued houses line cobbled alleys, and the clock tower watches silently over centuries of history. By night, lanterns flicker and whispers seem to follow your steps. Further north, Sibiu welcomes you with open squares, grand architecture, and houses whose windows look like they're watching you. Literally, once a European capital of culture, it's a city of art, music, and golden light bouncing off tiled rooftops. As you venture into the countryside, time slows even more. In Veszprém, a tiny Saxon village beloved by King Charles III, whitewashed houses and fortified churches offer a glimpse into life centuries ago. But Transylvania isn't just medieval, it's wild. The Trans-Garrison Highway, one of the world's most spectacular roads, winds dizzyingly through mountain passes to Belaia Lake, where you feel on top of the world. And hidden in these woods, you may stumble upon Pele's Castle, not a ruin, but a fantasy brought to life in marble, wood, and stained glass. In every direction, nature and history dance together. Bears roam the forests, eagles soar above cliffs, and church bells ring across green valleys. And as night falls, with the stars over the Carpathians and a fire crackling in a village inn, you realize Transylvania is not just a place, it's a story you step into, a realm of legends, yes, but also of beauty, peace, and forgotten magic. Number 3. Krakow, Poland. As dawn breaks over the Vistula River, the spires of Wawel Castle shimmer in soft gold, standing tall like a sentinel of stories. This is Krakow, Poland's cultural heart, a place where medieval charm and modern spirit blend seamlessly. You begin your journey in the old town, entering through the majestic Florian's Gate. As centuries unfold around you, horse-drawn carriages glide over cobbled streets, leading you to the vast main market square, the largest in Europe. Here, street musicians serenade you beneath the Gothic towers of St. Mary's Basilica, where a trumpet call sounds every hour from the highest tower, echoing a legend of warning and bravery. Inside the cloth hall, Sukianis, treasures await, amber jewelry, hand-carved wooden art, and echoes of Krakow's golden age as a trade hub. You ascend Wawel Hill, where the royal castle and cathedral guard the city's soul. Inside, Poland's kings lie in eternal rest, and legends of a fire-breathing dragon swirl in the stones below. Venture to Kazimiec, Krakow's former Jewish quarter, where old synagogues, vibrant murals, and the scent of fresh challah mix with buzzing cafes and vintage shops. It's a neighborhood reborn, one of memory, music, and resilience. Just outside the city, the Wieliczka salt mine takes you deep underground into a glittering world of carved chapels, sculptures, and saline wonder, a place so surreal it feels like a dream carved from stone. As night falls, Krakow glows, lanterns flicker on cafe tables, violins sing softly in the streets, and the city invites you to slow down, breathe it in, and become a part of its timeless story. Because Krakow isn't just a place to visit, it's a place that welcomes you into its history, and into its heart. Number 2. Lisbon, Portugal. As the morning mist lifts over the Tagus River, the city of Lisbon awakens, golden and glowing, with rooftops catching the first kiss of sun. Trams rattle along narrow, cobbled streets, weaving through neighborhoods where each turn feels like a scene from a forgotten tale. You begin in Alfama, the oldest quarter, a maze of alleys and hidden courtyards where fado music spills from tiny taverns and laundry hangs like colorful flags. Climb to the São Jorge Castle, where the past lives in stone and the view stretches across terracotta roofs to the sea-like river below. From there, hop on the iconic tram 28, clinging to its wooden seat as it winds past Grand Praça de Comércio, through Baier's orderly streets, and into the bohemian soul of Bairro Alto, where the day fades into nights filled with rhythm and wine. In Belém, the age of discovery echoes in every monument. Gaze at the Belém Tower, once a watchful guardian of sailors' dreams, and marvel at the intricate stonework of the Geronimo's Monastery, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Cross the 25 de Abril Bridge, Lisbon's twin to San Francisco's Golden Gate, and visit the modern Mart Museum or stand beneath the towering Cristo Rei statue, arms wide above the water. In Lisbon, Vasco da Gama's legacy echoes along the shores of the Tagus River, reminder of Portugal's age of discovery and one of its most legendary explorers. You can trace his story in the striking Vasco da Gama Bridge, one of the longest in Europe, stretching gracefully across the river like a tribute to exploration without limits. Lisbon is a city of contrast and connections, where tradition dances with modernity, where saudade, a sweet sorrow, lingers in the air, and where every tile, every tram, every terrace tells a story. It's not just a city you see, it's a city you feel. Number 1. Budapest, Hungary. Your journey begins by the river, the mighty Danube, cutting through the heart of Budapest, dividing it not just in geography, but in soul. Buda, with its rolling hills and royal past, and Pest, flat and vibrant, humming with cafes and stories. You cross the chain bridge, lions standing guard, and find yourself in Buda Castle. As you walk its cobblestone paths, the air carries echoes of kings, wars, and golden centuries. From the fisherman's bastion, Budapest lies at your feet. The Parliament building across the river, stately and proud, a crown in stone. You wander into Matthias Church, where Gothic spires meet Joulnay tiles that shimmer like dragon scales. Organ music lingers in the air. Then, it's time to descend to Pest, where the rhythm changes. Here, Andrassy Avenue leads you like a grand boulevard into a world of opera houses, bookstores, and boulevards that feel lifted from Vienna's dreams. At the end awaits Heroes Square, where statues of Magyar warriors stand defiant under the open sky. But Budapest's magic is also in the waters. Beneath your feet lie ancient thermal springs. You step into Széchenyi baths, steam curling around elegant domes, locals playing chess in warm waters as if time doesn't matter, or perhaps Gellert baths, all Art Nouveau tiles and marble columns, where even relaxation feels royal. As the sun sets, the Danube comes alive, its bridges aglow, and a cruise reveals the city in golden reflection. The Parliament building sparkles, the skyline whispers old secrets. And just beyond Budapest's embrace, more treasures await. In Visegrad, a medieval citadel sits high above the river bend, and the Danube bend curves like a ribbon through lush hills. And in Esztergom, Hungary's grandest basilica towers over the water, a serene giant watching centuries drift by. Budapest isn't just a city, it's an unfolding epic, a place where every bridge is a chapter, every spar a pause, and every street a sentence in a story that invites you to linger. And if Budapest caught your eye on this list, you're in for a treat. Up next, we're diving into the ultimate family travel guide to Budapest, packed with tips, top attractions, and must-do experiences for all ages. Castles, thermal baths, river cruises, it's the perfect mix of fun, culture, and relaxation. Click the next video and start planning your unforgettable family adventure in Hungary's magical capital.